Hey, it's Keith from Trigger Happy. Going to do the review I promised to do a while ago on this truck. And there are things I really like about it. There are things I really don't like about it. I'm going to try to hit on them as best as possible. So if you're looking for a professional review, something that is really slick and nicely done, hey, this ain't going to be it. But if you want a real owner's perspective, I've put a couple thousand miles on this truck. This is the review for you. So you can't start talking about this truck without talking about exterior styling. So you either love this or hate this. And this grill is huge. I've obviously added some decals on it. I like the grill with the exception of the weird chrome mustache. What a weird design choice by Toyota. On the limited trim, this becomes like a satin surround. But yet you go down maybe a level to an SR5 Sport and it becomes body colored, which is the way it should be on every truck. It looks so much better if it's just body colored. So I'm going to have that vinyl wrapped. I shouldn't have to do that, but I am. This truck's all blacked out. You know, there's no other chrome on it except for a couple pieces in the back. And originally the wheels had this kind of fake beadlock design. I've painted those to get rid of that, but just an odd choice with the chrome. Toyota needs to, let's ditch that on most trims. I mean, if you want a platinum or a 1794, then put all the chrome you want on it. But for these other trims, let's just black stuff out and ditch the chrome. Okay, as far as the rest of the truck, come on around. You cannot tell me that this is the same size cab as the previous generation. It is smaller to the eye. It is smaller to your rear end when you're sitting in the back seat. Does not have the leg room. I have looked at all kinds of specs on, comparisons of shoulder width and leg room, headroom. It's a smaller rear seat. You can't tell me any different. But is it still adequate? Yes, it's fine, but it is smaller, no doubt. I've also added the Predator steps here on the side. And I did change the tires out also. It came with Michelin AT Trails or Trail AT. Just wasn't a fan, so I did swap those out. Still has the fully rolling rear window, which is a great feature. New taillight design, which again, love it or hate it. It is a little, I don't know, cheap plastic feel on this side trim. Not a fan of that. Here's that chrome here on the rear bumper. Just, again, this should be body colored. I did go ahead and block in the tailgate. Simple touch to open, and it's a soft open and very light. This is a composite bed, and it does have the optional spray liner, which is kind of weird, but it does take care of that slickness of the composite bed. And I do have the bed extender in here as well, which is a pretty nice accessory, although overpriced, but it is pretty nice. Again, lightweight. That was 2 fingers to shut that. Pretty nice. Now here's an accessory that should be not an option. It should be on every truck, and that is the rear bed step. On higher grades, this is automatic or power, but on lower grades, you don't get a step, and you should have a step on every trim. Every manufacturer is doing different stuff with their tailgate designs, their bumper designs, making it easier to get in and out of the back of the truck. This, again, should just be standard equipment, in my opinion, and it's easy to use, very, very simple. I don't need a powered step. That is fine, but again, should be standard equipment. So let's go ahead and have a look at the rear seat here. So this has the optional Softex leather from Toyota on this, kind of their premium SR5 package, I guess. It's a pretty expensive upgrade. I'm happy with it. I've had this in other vehicles before. I've never had it where it was perforated, so hopefully that will hold up well. There is under seat storage as long as you're not going with a hybrid model, and it's pretty significant. So it goes all the way across, and I like that. Just a place to put some things for off-roading or what have you. But again, back to this rear seat, definitely not as big as the old Tundra was. But again, adequate enough. Now, another odd design choice this is your charging back here, and it's just a standard, basically like 110 household outlet. No USB at all. Weird. You got a little cubby and some cup holders. You do have rear HVAC back here, but only there. There's nothing in the ceiling or in the doors. So just, again, odd. You know, everybody's got devices. That's just a weird thing. And you can see where in higher trims, obviously there's a place for it. How much could it possibly have cost to add a couple USB chargers? Strange. Anyway, let's go ahead and get in the front of the truck. Before I do that, there are cup holders and little pockets in every door. This does also have the upgraded sound system, which is adequate. It does come with the TRD package. You get kind of these aluminum pedals. I think they're cool, but you know, that's just me. Let's go ahead and get inside, and I'll go over a few things in here. Analog dash, I'm fine with that. Now, obviously on higher trims, you're going to get a full digital dash. You do get this small cluster here in the middle that's digital, and it works fine. It's good enough. It gives me all the information I need. You're going to see the MPGs come up here in a second, and that is my fuel economy over the last probably, I don't know, 500 or 600 miles. That is bad. That is really bad. And I thought it would be much better with this twin turbo V6, but it is not that much better. Very disappointed in that. Toyota should have done better. If you're going to take us from a V8 to a V6, this should be the one number that everybody's talking about, and they are, because it stinks. Very disappointed in that. Before I get onto the screen, I like that we have real physical buttons here. Real physical buttons for everything from HVAC controls to your seat warmers, the whole 9 yards. That's the way it should be. I don't like when everything goes digital, because if you have a problem with the screen, then you can't even turn your, heated seats on or change your temperature settings. That's pretty sad. So I like that we've went with, still everything has a physical touch. Camera views are fantastic. So you get a 360 view of the truck when you're just sitting here. Now I'll shift it into drive, and then you're going to get, there's my garage. Hold on, I've got to change it up here. Rear view. There's going to be side views up front. Here's a view of the bed. We can go over here to an off-road camera, so it'll show me where my wheels are going to go, and it gives me both sides of the truck. That's a really nice camera system, and I think they've done really, really good. Here's basically what's under the truck. You can see where your wheels are turned. So nice. Really like that feature. Apple Carplay works fine. This in general is a pretty good setup. Everything is quick to the touch. It works fast, but it does have some quirks to it. So, you've got to pair it with a key fob. So everybody has to set up their own driver preferences. Just kind of weird. But again, I've had no real major problems with it. I don't know if this is standard equipment or not, but this does turn. You're going to see a kind of a mess in the backyard here, but my burn pile. But that turns it. That's a camera and a screen, essentially. Really nice if your bed is full of junk and you can't see out the rear. I really like that. Some other things here: you do not get wireless charging in an SR5. It is not optional in any way. I don't really care. I've heard bad things about it anyway. You do have one USB hookup here and two more in the center console. So in the center console, you can open it this way. Now I've got a safe in here. I'll show you that in a second. Or obviously you can open it like this. There's your two charging points. And again, that safe, which I really like, but it does take up a lot of room in your center console, but that's fine. I have things in there that I'd rather not show anybody and keep locked up. So, what else? So, as far as safety and tech go, everything works really well. Blind spot monitoring, automatic cruise control, the lane keep assist, all those things work really well. So much better than the old truck. So lastly, let's get to the low point of this truck, the absolute, doghouse of this truck, and that is the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. When you get in it, this is going to sound crazy, but when you get in it, you're going to fall in love. It flies. It's got a ton of power, ton of low end torque. You're going to fall in love and think it's the greatest thing ever. But I have had the turbo wastegate issue. I've had some kind of stuttering stuff go on even after that was fixed. I have no confidence in the long-term reliability of this engine because of what I've dealt with in the past. So, do I love this truck? In many ways, yes, I really do. Do I wish I hadn't bought it? I don't know. Toyota gave me a 7-year bumper-to-bumper warranty for my trouble. So I'm going to hang on to it, but would I buy this truck without a long-term extended warranty if I were somebody looking to purchase it today? Absolutely not. No way in the world. And that's coming from somebody that absolutely loves Toyota. But if you're looking to buy this truck and you're not sticking a 3 to 5 year extended warranty on it, pass. Wait for the bugs to get worked out. Anyway, that's my honest review as an owner, as a Toyota lover. Again, this isn't a professional review, as you can obviously tell, but it is honest. And I think that's what maybe sets me apart from some other people. I'm obviously not paid to do any of this. I just want to share the information of what my real thoughts are about this truck. If you've got other questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll do my very best to answer. And this is Keith from Sugar Happy. We'll see you next time.